it is your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. And we're zooming in and focusing in on a very important topic and also addressing a very important viewer question, and what do you do if there is a narcissist or even a psychopath, someone who's a little bit more severe on the spectrum? What do you do if this person is abusing another person? It can be emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually. You are fearful of this and yet you don't know what to do. So we're going to zoom in and focus in on what to do and how to handle that. And when we look at really sort of the dynamics at play, realize that and also this is very crucial, you might want to make note of this, that the covert narcissist as well as the psychopath will seek out those people to target who have a specific desire to take control over others, or to help others rather. Not a desire to control others, but rather a desire to help others. So a lot of people say, why me? Why was I a target? Why did I fall for this? Why did I fall so hard for this? And oftentimes it is because a narcissist and a psychopath will seek to surround themselves with people, and they will take advantage of those people, but who have a natural desire or inclination to take care of others and help others. So you can see there are people who have a predisposition to want to help, to want to do good, who want to do good deeds, who want to sow seeds of happiness, reciprocity, build a relationship. And they don't oftentimes want or like confrontation, so they have a difficult time saying no, declaring what we call boundaries, saying, no, I won't do that. That would be over-obligating for me. Or, now I'm taking care of others to the detriment of taking care of myself. So the narcissist and the psychopath will seek out those people. I mean, they can, sniff them out in a crowd, those people who are very nurturing and like to take care of others. And again, on that whole spectrum, there's a whole, spectrum of people and how they like to take care of others. It can be doing, physical labor. It can be emotional nurturing. It can be a listening ear. It can be the fact that you have a sensitivity and then you feel sorry for people who are hurting. And oftentimes the narcissist or psychopath will pull your strings by, it's very textbook, but especially the psychopath will always have a sort of, sad story, a recent divorce, a breakup. I'm new to this country. I don't know the language. I don't have any money. I was abused in my past. I was, hit by this. I was, duped by that. They will come in with a sob story. And oftentimes it's the bleeding heart that gets all the tissues. So they will attract those people and seek out those people who have a predisposition to want to help others and take care of them. And so furthermore, when it comes to this situation, do you see how triggered you are and how you're put essentially into an ensnarled trap because they know that you are sensitive to others being abused, and it's going to get you into that reaction where you're going to want to pounce out. You're going to want to stop this. It breaks your heart. It is disgusting. It is perhaps very unnerving to you and unsettling that you're going to launch out into a lot of anger and seek to protect this person. So rather, and oftentimes these individuals, people who are caught up in this, don't like confrontation. They have a difficult time saying no. So these are the people who shy away, and sometimes they can create avoidant personalities, people who don't want to, discuss things, who are fearful, who are intimidated. So fear, again, once again, is a manipulative ploy at stake here. So if you are fearful of this, and so you must now not seek to confront this individual, but furthermore go directly to the source, and that is protecting this individual. So you might need to overstep a little bit of boundaries. So you might need to make plans with this person who is being, targeted or being abused, and get the straight story and let them know that you are there for them. That you want the best for them. Their safety is your main concern. You don't want them to be hurt or to be, sucked in, or oftentimes it is seduced into the care of this hurtful individual who is abusive, and that you're aware of this. So let your awareness be known directly to the person who you feel, and make it a real point, eye-to-eye contact, that you see this going on and that it's very unsettling for you, and ask them, what would you like me to do? Start developing rapport with the person who you feel is being hurt, because it can be very emotionally disfiguring. That was a great quip that a viewer had stated. It can be very emotionally disfiguring for you to confront a narcissist or a psychopath. You're going up against a very negative, toxic energy, and these people always like to be right. They like to be right. They need to be right. They have a really strong drive and desire to win, and not only to win, but really just to be right, no matter what it needs that they need to do in terms of taking advantage of other people's weaknesses. Oftentimes that will include taking advantage of other people's desire to help others. So be very careful that you don't waste your energy in just combating the narcissist. Just let that concept go. Go directly to the source and let them know your concern. You'll get that off your chest. You'll let them know that you're there for them, and that you're going to periodically check in. Schedule a time, future, and letting them know. And oftentimes people who are being abused by these individuals, they don't want to say anything. They don't want the confrontation either. They don't want to upset the apple cart. Perhaps they're getting a certain amount of satisfaction by having this person around, so they, it's okay, but they won't be telling you the truth out of fear, because, they don't want to unleash the wrath of this individual either, because they're going to, basically get into narcissistic rage. If you pull away their supply, their posse, their support, which can be people, it can be things, etc. If you start to pull that away, they're going to feel threatened. You're going to start to break the mask, and they're going to be very uncomfortable. They can't stand in their love. They're standing in their need to control. So they're not standing in love, they're standing in their need to control. It's a very different way of living life and relating to others. You can stand in love, or you can stand in fear, domination, and control. It's a whole different scenario. And of course, there's always a blending, of these two. It's not to say that you're never going to be fearful or that you really need to have that urgency, but give that a try and let them know that you see clearly, and then just begin to monitor and make sure that there's no, signs of this people being hurt, being isolated, being depressed, things of that nature. And see if that will also give you a strategy and a structure moving forward, so you can stay in touch and go directly. And, but if you have trouble with that person being receptive to help, then just let them know. I see that you're not receptive to accepting help at this time because you're caught up in this relationship. That oftentimes can be the case when those people who are so gaslighted and so brainwashed by a narcissist or a psychopath that they're basically anesthetized, they're numbed out, they're under the illusion, they're under the spell of the psychopath. And those individuals who are psychopathic, they know when they have this, where there's basically they're psychologically controlled so deep, and the individuals will continue to foster the lie because they don't want to face the reality. It's just too big for them. They have too many things going on. They might have a lot of kids involved, or at the same workplace. I mean, it's just too big an issue for them to deal with. They would have, they say they have nothing, which is not the case. They have everything if they could just own it. But oftentimes people who are under the guys, they are so dependent now that they don't want to say anything. They don't want to discuss the truth. It's they're very much, in a gaslighted or brainwashed state. And, there's only so much how you can help people, if they're not receptive. And so then just let them know, if they're living under the lie or you feel that they're still in harm's way, just let them know, I see that you're not receptive to help right now, but I will be here for you, and I only want the best, and I just want you to know my heart's intention. So keep the communication there. Keep a structure moving forward. Don't keep it ambivalent. Don't get apathetic. Don't get discouraged, and don't give up. It's your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.